Hello YouTube, Slate Warrior here with a card discussion. Now before I start, I'd just like to say, in the last two videos that I had with this recording software, there was a little bit of an audio glitch at the beginning. That's not my fault. It happened twice in a row, so it's clearly not a coincidence. If it happened at the beginning of this video, I'm sorry. Secondly, I changed the recording settings of my screen recorder, and this should fit properly to a phone or a computer. Like, there shouldn't be any black lines is what I'm saying. So if there are black lines, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to work on improving my screen recorder because I want to make everything good for you. And going along with that is that my thumbnails sometimes have text in them that is unreadable, so I'm also working on that. So I'm just letting you guys know I am trying to improve my channel. Okay, so let's get to the card. The Necloth of Trishula. This is a card that has not been talked about by any channels that I've noticed up to this point. I found it on Facebook, and this is a really interesting card. Maybe just people haven't heard about it yet, but I thought I'd just get this out there as fast as I can so people that are looking for information on this card can get it from me. So let's just go over the effect. I'll go over its properties here. It is a water warrior with level 9, 2700 attack, 2000 defense, effect monster. You can ritual summon this card with any Necloth ritual spell card. Okay, that looks like it's going to be an archetype, sort of like Gishkis, they have multiple ritual spell cards. Must be ritual summoned by using non-level 9 monsters. It cannot be spell summoned by other ways. So I think this is used so that when you summon him, you can't just get rid of, obviously, so you can't just get rid of one monster, you have to get rid of multiple monsters. But I don't think this is really any hate on advanced ritual art because I don't think there are any level 9 normal monsters at this time because, Blue Eyes has to reign supreme. So, the actual effects. There's two of them. During either player's turn, when a Necloth monster or monsters you control is targeted by a card or effect, you can discard this card and negate the activation. So, what this means is that they're trying to, like I said before, turn Necloth into an archetype. I know that you could just have multiple copies of the Necloth of Trishula, and, you could discard this one to stop the targeting of one that you already have, but presumably we're going to be getting multiples, more Necloth cards, because I don't see the point of making an effect like this if there's only going to be one target to get targeted for this to negate. Also, notice it does not destroy, it only negates. When this card is ritual summoned, this is the important effect right here. This is what connects it to Trishula. This is what makes the name so makes sense, and it's just great. It's just a really cool connection that they're making here. You can banish one card from your opponent's side of the field, hand at random, and graveyard. So that means that it has essentially the same effect as Trishula did when it is synchro summoned. Of course, Trishula is a banned card. Here, I've got it right here. Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, is a banned card, and its effect says when this card is synchro summoned, so this one says ritual summon, this one says synchro summoned, you can activate this effect to remove from play up to one card from each of your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. The card in the hand is chosen at random. So I'm really excited about this, guys. Like, I think this is a really cool card to make. The big difference between this and this is, of course, this has two effects, one that activates in the hand and one that activates when ritual summoned, and that this one can only be activated once per turn. So, you can only use the effect of the Necloth of Trishula once per turn. I know that with Trishula, Dragon Ruler of the Ice Barrier, I believe there was an Infernity loop. I'm not positive about that, if it was Infernities or not, but I know there was a loop that spammed Trishula's and then just got rid of your opponent's hand, which, of course, is something that we don't want in Yu-Gi-Oh! So we limit this effect to once per turn, each effect once per turn, which is good because then you can use the effect in the hand and on the field. Of course, you have to discard it, so you'd have to have two copies in your hand if you want to use both. So, some things that I'd like to connect this to is that Konami seems to be pushing rituals because before, this card, and, I guess we don't know if this card's going to be meta, but pretty much the only meta, slightly meta, ritual deck is Herald of Perfection, which has had some tops, so I guess I wouldn't call it meta, but the only one that can compete is Herald of Perfection. Herald of Perfection is a pretty annoying card. You know how this card, I'll leave the effect right here if you guys like to read that. The only one I really feel like is in need of reading in this discussion is the card we're talking about and the card that we're comparing it to, but Herald of Perfection is pretty much the only semi-good ritual deck right now, and that is supported by the ritual monster that just came out in the Duelist Alliance, Saffira, or Saffira. Saffira is a light dragon that has another really good effect. If you'd like to read that, you can put it here. Pause it. So Vexicus has been doing videos with both Herald and Saffira in the deck, meaning that this card supports this card in at least some sort of way. The effects are pretty good. It has to do with light monsters, which Herald of Perfection is. The cards that you have to discard to negate are fairies, and a lot of fairy monsters are light. So, that goes together. But I think that the Necloth of Trishula is going to be finally making a sort of ritual deck that is not supporting Herald, because if you do know, in the new challengers, we're also going to be getting this card, Herald of Glorious Light, which is another Herald card. So, of course, it's going with this Herald card. And it just has more negations. It has a higher level. It has different stats, of course, but it's just more negations. So I'm pretty glad that we're going to finally move away from the Herald of Perfection, or the Herald sort of ritual deck, and we're getting a new one, hopefully, Necloth. Gishkis really haven't been good since the Tefnuit M7 sort of thing, that can't be a thing anymore for some reason. So we've got Herald of Perfection as one deck, and hopefully Necloth will be able to be another deck. Alright, so, since Konami seems like it's going to be supporting rituals, tell me what you guys think about rituals. I want to hear it in the comment section below. I want to hear what you guys think about the Necloth of Trishula. Both its art would be pretty cool, and its effect, of course. I like its art. I guess I didn't really mention this, but I was going to talk about that its art is really reminiscent of Trishula, and I think that is awesome. So, tell me what you think about its art. But most importantly, tell me what you think about its effect and how they're kind of rehashing the whole Trishula effect for a ritual monster. And like I said, tell me what you think about ritual monsters being supported. Tell me what you think about how you can use this card and what you guys think about the Necloth archetype. I'm going to be checking out what else is coming out in this SPTR set in Japan so I can make any new reviews of any new cards that are coming out. I think it's better for me to make reviews of only new cards. I think you guys have already heard enough about older cards, so if I see any new cards that's coming out in the OCG, I know that the name will probably get changed and I'll get all mad about that, but for now, you have this discussion. So tell me what you think. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Favorite it if you liked it that much. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Share this with your Yu-Gi-Oh friends. And I will see you later, YouTube.